I'm essential personnel.
Are you?
I mean,
Were you just told that?
No, I haven't been told anything from my wife.
I mean, I've told you that for 18 years.
Yeah. Shut up. All right. Okay. All right. Bye. I'm the funny one.
Hello and welcome to REKT Podcast. I am Bunchu alongside my esteemed colleague and co-host Crypto Chamber. Chamber, how you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good, man. You know, it is Tuesday afternoon. I haven't chatted with you since, I feel, Wednesday.
Is that when it was?
I think
Holy
that's
cow.
when we recorded with Ledger. I feel like it has been a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's great to hear your voice.
Yes, as well. You as well.
And I'm glad to hear you're still alive.
Still alive, not dead yet, and welcome in to the only essential, non-essential crypto show out there.
That is exactly right. We have I have determined that I am a non-essential worker in the province of Ontario, and you are absolutely essential in your area.
It's like crazy because I probably am not as essential as other people in my company, but I feel like they're, like when, let's see, if you're going to have a day off from school no, here's what it's like. It's like if you have a substitute teacher in class and the substitute comes in and it's kind of a fuck off day, all of a sudden the teacher has left you behind a ton of busy work. And you're like, what is going on? And then you feel like you had more work to do than if you just
Why
were
aren't we
in a
watching
normal
Sandlot right now?
Yeah, right. Exactly. So, I feel like my company has just inundated us with useless conference calls and things of that nature to keep us busy, I guess. You know what I mean? So, I've had wall-to-wall conference calls pretty much every single day since this all has started, which is, it's work, but it's not work,
Right.
I'm not doing much on these calls, but it's like they're taking my time. You know what I mean?
I hear you. I, on the other hand, have been basically doing nothing this week for sure. Last week was like, when you get some, we're both busy. When things are going normal, we're both pretty busy guys. Mm-hmm. And, sometimes in the course of a year, sometimes you get a week or two of I call downtime weeks where you can kind of catch up on some admin stuff and, fix, you fuck around with some of your work forms and stuff like that, kind of bring them up to date. I did that all last week. And now I'm like, okay, I can do 7 loads of laundry today. Laundry's all done. Now I'm just literally just sitting at my desk waiting for people to call me or get emails. And I've just been watching stuff on my iPad.
Yes, it's a fantastic binging opportunity if you have it. So I think that's where we can start with our recommendations.
Get REKT.
So, what we do here is anything that we think is great that we've been into or watching lately. It doesn't always have to be, television or movies, but that's typically where we go with this.
Right.
I've got a couple. Do you?
I do too.
Go off, first. Queen. No, you go off. This is I feel like you've been waiting for this.
I have been. So this just started yesterday. So this is hot. This is hot off the press.
Okay.
I was looking around. I don't like to watch. I'm sure we're the same. Where if I'm doing something, if I'm watching something in my downtime, kind of in the background, it's usually something. It's not like a main show that I may watch with my wife, or you know what I mean. I keep the good stuff for us. And there's some kind of that second tier, third tier stuff that I'll watch on my own.
Yes.
So I'm kind of looking for something like that. And I come across, and I keep hearing the HBO show Watchmen is good.
Based
So I'm
on
like,
the movie Pushed by Sapphire?
based on the movie Pushed by Sapphire, correct.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, well, I know, we don't watch superhero stuff. We don't watch any of the Marvel.
Me either. I'm
universe
typically
stuff.
not a superhero guy
Right.
at all.
Like
I think my wife actually likes it more than I do.
So this, and you don't hear too many people talking about it. Most people are watching the Marvel Universe stuff, and they get inundated with so many movies and TV shows in that universe that they probably don't necessarily watch this one. But this one is fantastic. So I watched about the 10 minutes of the first episode on HBO, and I'm like, shit, I feel like I'm not catching enough of the background. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's a movie. So I searched it. Sure enough, there is a Watchmen movie that came out in 2009. I watched that yesterday.
Wow,
and then
it's been that long ago?
Yeah, so it was like over 10 years ago. The Watchmen movie was fantastic. A lot of ThunderGunning in that one, which is
wait, as in like hanging dong?
hanging dong. So there's this main guy called Dr. Manhattan. He's like this blue guy. And he's basically naked the whole time. It's CGI, but he's ThunderGunning the whole time, which is hilarious. The TV show I hear is better. I've only seen about an episode and a half of the TV show, and it is pretty fantastic. It's like alternate reality, like different universe kind of stuff. Like, kind of give you an example, like Ronald Reagan is like one of the greatest presidents of all time, and I think he does like 3 terms in this universe. Like, he's on Mount Rushmore. Like, it's kind of cool. It's like it's interesting. Like, I think they win Vietnam in this universe. Like, I like that kind of thing where it's like parallel universe stuff, which
Sure.
But highly recommend.
You kind of live in a parallel universe as it is.
I do.
In a world where Sinbad did a genie movie.
You won't convince me otherwise. That is a stone cold fact in the universe I used to belong to. But here we are in this new universe, and Donald Trump is the leader of the free world during a worldwide pandemic. Here we are.
It's an incredible virus. It really is. We've done much things to get it very done quickly. I think quickly is what people would say about it. It's we're doing our very best here. An incredible job, really. Probably. He's going to send everybody back to work in about 8 days, and it's going to get
not
way
even.
worse.
I think like Monday. Dude,
it's going to be bad. He's a fucking I don't know. It's just like I don't know what happened. It went overnight. Like, it went from literally, Trump seems rational about this, and he's gonna, keep people home. He's gonna put a stimulus package. Then literally overnight, it was, we need to send people back to work like now.
You know what happened? That doctor got a little too big for his britches.
Yes, Dr. Fauci. Now he's ball gagged to somewhere.
Yeah, persona non grata.
Yeah, he wasn't at the press conference last night. So
yeah,
so we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I won't be leaving the house until
I did get some. I just came back from doing a quick shop and found some toilet paper at my local grocery store, and I was pretty happy about that. So,
yeah. So we actually went out. My wife's father did not prepare properly and could not find any toilet paper, so we went to the post office yesterday and mailed him a couple of our rolls.
Did you really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Out here doing the Lord's work.
Wow.
Mailed him a couple of our rolls of toilet paper. So
wow.
I got 2 recommendations.
Yeah, what do you got?
So I've been into a kick that I love a good docu-series.
Uh-huh. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and I really like, the murder ones, like, Making a Murderer, stuff like that. And 2 have gotten recommended to me in this week of quarantine that I watched. 1 I've fully watched and completed. It's only 3 episodes, really easy to watch. Don't Fuck with Cats.
I have not. I'm aware. Like, it's a Canadian guy. I know.
Canadian, yeah.
I'm aware of this fella. I watched another documentary about him. I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago. But I haven't watched this one yet. But I had never
heard of him, but this one is really interesting because it's basically, it's probably a unique twist on a killer documentary, because it's really about how they caught him with the help of these internet, for lack of a better word, nerds, who were trying to track him because he had posted videos of himself killing cats, and they wanted to find out who this person was. And they were able to eventually track him down for like a murder because of all the stuff they had found about this guy, which is pretty interesting. So that was really good. And then I started watching, I'm on episode 3 of The Tiger King. Have you heard this one?
I heard some people talking about it. I saw it on Netflix. I don't even know what it's about.
So another docu-series, I think it's 7 episodes. I don't know what the full story is yet. It's not as clear at the moment what is going to happen in this story, but it's basically about these 3 people who are big cat trainers and tigers, and they have tiger farms and zoos and breed tigers and all this shit, and basically about how there's some kind of murder plot going on between them all.
Really?
Yeah. And
to murder each other or the tigers?
Yeah, each other.
Okay. Are they using the tiger as the murder weapon?
Well, it's funny you asked that. So the 3rd episode here is about how this tiger, the one lady who's trying to, I guess, get the other 2 guys shut down.
Right.
She owns tigers herself and all this stuff, and so she's kind of hypocritical in my opinion. But there's the rumor that this lady's millionaire husband disappeared suddenly, and the rumor is she fed him to the tigers.
Interesting.
And so there's a whole episode about
if you're gonna have tigers, I mean, you're almost wasting an opportunity if you're not feeding people to it. You know what I mean?
Right. First of all, it's expensive. Meat's expensive.
It is. We are in a global wide pandemic right now.
Exactly.
I don't know if we ever talked about this, but my absolute favorite kind of that type of series, I think I've watched it like 3 or 4 times. Have you ever seen The Jinx on HBO?
No. Oh, is that the one with the guy?
The old guy? I forget his name.
Yes, I've always wanted to watch that one. I never watched
Durst,
it. Yes, I've always wanted to watch it and never did.
Okay, you have to watch it.
Okay,
it's
all right.
The most gratifying. It's so gratifying in the sense that, like, sometimes you watch these shows and it's kind of like open ended.
Yeah.
You gotta. It's amazing. I'm telling you, I've seen it 3 or 4. I'm not saying anything else.
Just to close the book on one of your recommendations from, I guess, was it last week?
Maybe.
Finished Hunters yesterday.
How'd you feel about it?
It was great. It was awesome. The final episode was fantastic.
So good, right?
All of it was very well done.
I was calling a lot of it too.
It was funny. I was calling a lot of it. I didn't call the big twist.
I got that one right away. I knew the Colonel. I think that was her name.
Oh wait, I guess there's 2 big twists.
Yeah, like I was calling the Colonel almost immediately.
Okay, so I didn't get that one either. That one blindsided me. The other one I kind of started to get as that final episode went on, but I didn't see it coming before that.
So when I immediately called the Colonel, they had said something about her boss, and I was just like, I know what's happening.
All right, let's keep it at that for no more spoilers. But those are our recommendations. We've got a bunch of other crappy nonsense coming at you soon. But first, let's get to some crypto stuff. So I'm looking at the market here. I would say we almost recorded a week ago. And as our friend Ledger would say, #bottom things.
Yeah, indeed.
You know, I mean, we were sitting there talking, what was it, around 5,700, I think, when we were recording
not too much different than...
And then literally the next day, pumped to like almost 7,000, right?
Yes.
And then back down yesterday to like 57 where it started. Now we are sitting at time of recording, 66.38, 5%, 5.5%, 24-hour change, 22%, plus 22% in the last 7 days for Bitcoin, plus 16 in the last 7 days for Ethereum, plus 8 for WXRP, the standard, 20% for Bitcoin Cash, 41% in the last 7 days for SV.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's dangerous out there, man. I got to tell you, with these big swings, this volatility, you better know what you're doing because I keep getting wiped out in trades.
Really?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm
The
just really
bloodbath.
just, I'm doing my DCA strategy here.
That's the best move. I was just messing around with a little bit of money. I'm like, I'm just getting wiped out left, right, and center.
Really?
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough out there for a pimp, you know?
It's hard out there for a pimp. That's what they say. Yeah, that is what they say.
Yeah, be careful out there, folks.
Yeah, so we, obviously a little bit of turnaround in the market, turnaround in the traditional markets as well today. Yesterday was still bad, but today we're up, I think, 7 or 8% in both.
Well, I know they
S&P and
turn off the, when we're going the other way, when we're going down.
limit down.
They limited up
basically-
today, right? Is that what I heard?
They must have because it was up like 7%. So I think they do the same.
I didn't know. I didn't realize that was the case. I found out about the down last week. I'm like, I didn't know that happens.
Yeah.
So apparently it happens on the way up too.
It does. So we limited up today. And I think that has to do with Trump basically saying last night that we're going to open the economy back up. But
he's creating that BTC volatility because tomorrow's going to be another press conference where we're going to be fucked if we do that.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's where we are state of the market wise. I'm not really sure what we are going to see any further out than today. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would say that knock on wood, I would say that probably the worst is done with. We might retest some 5,500, maybe retest like a 4,700, 4,800.
you think we're going to do that?
I'm just saying that's a possibility. I don't think we're going any lower than that. I think
Okay.
4,800.
We're not going to the Bunchu line.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I could see like a retest of 5,600, 5,500, something like that. But it's volatile. It's volatile.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
So
It's back to the old ways of BTC.
yeah, this is
We
dollar
used to
cost
get
averaging.
We used to get these 10% swings every day. Remember? Back in the day.
I'd buy the dips. That's what I'd be doing.
All right. Well, we have some interesting stories here, so let's get to the news. All right. You want to go first or you want me to?
You can go first. Let's switch it up.
All right. So we've got a article here from The Block Crypto from Michael McSweeney. And it says here, digital dollar proposed a proposal stripped from the latest congressional coronavirus stimulus bill. So did you see this on Twitter the other day that they had a leaked version of what the bill was going to look like? And so essentially they Pelosi had put a digital dollar section in, and I guess now it has been removed because this came out today at 10 o'clock this morning. A review of the latest version of the House Democrats' coronavirus economic stimulus bill shows that the language around a proposed digital dollar has been removed. Everybody was going wild over this. I'm not sure it was reason to go wild, but as the Block reported Monday, a version of the bill circulating this weekend included the noteworthy proposal, which would have, if passed, created a system of digital dollar wallets maintained and operated by Federal Reserve System banks. The purpose, to serve as the infrastructure for delivering the stimulus payments to American consumers as they weather economic storm triggered by the spread of COVID-19. And a separate bill previously advancing by members of the House Financial Services Committee also included the digital dollar provision. But the digital dollar proposal wasn't guaranteed to survive all the political back and forth, and a source with knowledge of the process on Capitol Hill has pointed to the problem of setting up such a system from the ground up as a reason why it is not going to work. So, or at least for now, because they would have to set it up very quickly, right? The sprawling Take Responsibility for Workers and Families Act, which now weighs in at more than 1,400 pages, makes no reference to the digital dollar. The payout method has also been significantly altered, appearing to take the form of an advanced tax refund via the Treasury Department. So lots of things changing in this bill. We'll see if it gets passed today. I think it's supposed to, but we said that the last 2 times and now it's failed. So,
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on the digital dollar?
I mean, again, it makes little to no sense for me that we don't do that. You know what I mean? Just a perfect example. My wife said, "Oh, we should probably get some cash out just in case shit hits the fan." And I'm like, "Well, if shit hits the fan, is cash going to be, you know what I mean? Like, what's cash going to do? Like, if the banks don't open."
It would really just be if the banks don't let you have your money.
Right.
Right.
So I guess I just don't see it. So anyways, so we go through the drive-through cash machine and I take out some money and my daughter's like, "Oh," she's like, "We don't go to the cash machine very often." I'm like, "Yeah, no kidding." She is, the only time she sees cash is when the tooth fairy comes. You know what I mean? We were talking about after this conversation, I said, "Well, we'll probably open up a bank account for you when this is all done," because she just still doesn't have a bank account yet. And I said, she's like, "What are we going to do with the money?" I said, "Oh, we'll just take the money that you have in your piggy bank. We'll put it in your account. And then you can have like a debit card." And because a lot of times she wants to go shopping and she'll bring her cash, and what she wants, is a little bit more, a little bit less than what she has. And, it's a mess. I said, "Well, if you have a card, you can just use the exact amount that you need, and makes everything a lot easier." So we live in a cashless digital society, in my opinion, right now. Like especially people our age or younger. And then as time goes by, it's just going to be the case more and more. So a digital dollar to me makes a lot of sense, considering the fact that we basically live in a digital currency society anyways.
Yeah, it's not a crypto. This wouldn't be a crypto.
No, exactly.
It's
this
really
is just digital dollar.
It's really just a bank account, essentially, without a bank.
Right. Oh, the other thing, too, we should mention is Simpsons predicted the future again. I don't know if you've noticed this.
Oh, no.
Well, they printed out the $1 trillion coin.
Oh, right.
And there's a fantastic episode of The Simpsons where Mr. Burns has the $1 trillion bill that he goes to Cuba with and tries to buy Cuba, and Castro just takes it from him, which is fantastic. But yeah, Simpsons again predicting the future.
There you go.
$1 trillion coin.
There you go. I saw someone tweet, I don't know who it was or where, yesterday, that the digital dollar is the Spotify to Bitcoin's Napster. I guess suggesting that the digital dollar would put Bitcoin out of
not the case
necessity. No, I think it couldn't
People
be
don't,
more wrong. I don't think that could be
exactly. You couldn't be more wrong.
Right.
Ficto facto, they just printed out how many $1 trillion? I mean, theoretically, they would do that with digital as well. Whereas, obviously, with Bitcoin, we have a hard cap of 21 million Bitcoins. And, the U.S. Federal Reserve just seems to be like literally printing comically sized amounts of money. I don't know. It's crazy to me that people make that correlation.
Here you go. This is, I found the tweet. It was someone named Aaron Wright, Rye01, 19 hours ago. Digital dollar is coming, the Spotify to Bitcoin's Napster. And then he got ratioed, as the kids would say. Yeah, so he says in the next tweet, and in other words, a peer-to-peer technology that started in a legal gray area, which entrenches actors, and then in parentheses, here governments and central banks are trying to emulate.
Does this person even know what Napster was? Because there isn't even a correlation between
Does this person even know what Bitcoin is?
But even like Napster, you downloaded the music, you owned it, or you owned it. On Spotify, you're listening. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same. It's still not the same. You're streaming. You don't own it. Like when you go on Netflix, you're streaming the movie. You're not downloading the movie and then keeping it on your own platform. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even Spotify to Napster doesn't even make sense. Like this person has fucking no clue what they're talking about.
Yeah. No, I would agree.
It's very upsetting.
Yeah, but so no more digital dollar. RIP for now, digital dollar.
Yeah.
But we could just give everybody Tether.
Right? We print that all the time. No problemo.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like the dollar. We just print as much as we need.
Oh, we need 60 million more Tether? Not a problem.
Not a problem. I got you. All right. What do you got?
Okay, I have. We always talk about the correlation between Bitcoin and, the legacy markets. This is from the Block Crypto, and the title of this article is Rolling 30-Day Correlation Between Bitcoin and the S&P 500 Hit All-Time Highs This Week. I'm going to be a real asshole right now, or more like an idiot than an asshole. Can we confirm what S&P stands for?
I think it's Standard and Poor's.
And Poor's?
Yes.
Interesting. There you go. So for those of you too shy to ask the question, Chamber is here to ask those hard questions that you don't want to be embarrassed about. And Bunchu is the smart one for answering it. So the rolling 30-day correlation between Bitcoin and the S&P 500 index hit all-time highs this past week.
Just so you know, Standard and Poor are the names of the two founding financial companies.
Oh, okay. So it's not the poor.
Well, it's spelled like that.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, there we go. See? This is the information you people are looking for. This is according to data compiled by the Block from Coinmetrics and FactSet. Since Bitcoin's inception, the correlation between Bitcoin and the S&P 500 has gyrated, switching between negative and positive several times, a sign of a non-significant relationship. Still, recent Bitcoin correlation of the S&P 500 tends to peak during sharp pullbacks in the price of Bitcoin as shown in the chart below. And they show a chart here. We'll make sure to put this in the show notes. The US and European equities have taken a beating throughout the month of March as investors continue to digest the economic impact of the coronavirus. In the past 30 days, 21 trading days, the S&P 500 is down more than 30% from its peak. This week, however, Bitcoin offered a reprieve from the sell-off. By last check, Bitcoin is up nearly 20%, as mentioned on today's show, since the last Sundays versus the S&P 500, which closed the week down 7.5%, according to FactSet. They seem to be doing some different things right now. Obviously, again, we were talking about what ledger.
Well, today they're both up, right?
Yep. When we were seeing the big pullbacks, the week-long pullbacks in the legacy markets, we obviously got that one or two big day for Bitcoin, but then it kind of stabilized a little bit faster than the legacy markets did while they were still pulling back. We didn't see the correlation there. But today, obviously, we're seeing it. They're both up, which is great. But yeah, I don't know. I think
it's great, really. It's great. We love to see the markets up. We like to see them up quickly. We think that there's going to be a pretty big pent-up demand, and we're going to rebound very quickly here.
We talk about the V, or what is it?
It's going to be a V. It's going to be a V bottom, because we're V important here in America.
Very important.
We're the number one economy in the whole world. And that's by far, probably.
So it's I think in these times of huge legacy drawbacks, I think it's almost impossible for Bitcoin not to be affected negatively. But I think as we stable out, I wouldn't surprise me if Bitcoin rebounded faster than the rest of the market.
Interesting. All right, that's going to do it for the news. Not a lot of news here. You know, we got to give people some entertainment in these trying times. An entertainment and an egg in these trying times.
Oh, got to have many eggs.
Yes, but for, you know, everybody's seeing the news on Twitter. Like, we don't need to just pump that in your face. Again, we're the essential, non-essential crypto podcast. So
that's correct.
I think we should make a shirt that says that. But we've got 2 more segments.
2? Oh, that's
2.
right. Yeah.
I got a surprise. I got a surprise
segment.
Yes. So, you know, we are in the midst of a global pandemic. By the way, I asked this question before. Is global pandemic redundant?
Is it redundant? That's a good question. I think it might be. I think we can just say pandemic.
Right. I think it is as well. But so since this whole thing has started, we have kind of checked Chambers' pulse on his, I would say, fear level or concern level on the 1 to 5 stranger scale.
Yeah.
And I believe last time we checked in on you, were we at a 4?
Yeah, we're at a 4.
All right.
4 to
So
5.
First, I want to check in on you and see where we are on the scale.
That's a good question. Because I am not I am not unaware of the panic that's happening in the world. I'm a pretty steady Eddie as things go on. My wife turns to me for my statuesque performance during these trying times. But I've suffered a panic attack or two in the middle of the night, thinking about what could happen, whether that be going on, getting laid off, the total ramifications of mortality rates across the world. But that all being said, I think I'm still at a 4.
You're at a 4.
Still at a 4. I don't think I've changed.
Okay, and now the reason I ask is because we're going to play a quarantine version of Defend That Tweet.
The defense is not back, Mom.
Hey, let's get our energy going at the defensive end.
So
right.
This one comes from the 22nd, so 2 days ago, at 11:40 a.m. So the morning, as most people would know it.
Yeah.
Sometimes getting high during a hashtag pandemic is a hashtag mistake. Go for it.
Yeah, that was one of my panic attacks. Sometimes even a seasoned cannabis consumer like myself gets the panic attack from smoking a little too much, and that was the case then. I think I just remember, I don't know if I ripped a bong or smoked a J, as the kids do, but I was sitting in my office and just literally looking at Twitter, and I had 2 screens going, and looking at news and probably watching YouTube clips of some stupid shit, and was literally having a panic attack. So that is, at 11 o'clock. Was that a Sunday?
The 22nd would have been...
Yeah, that was my daughter's birthday. It was
Sunday.
definitely my daughter's birthday, and that was a Sunday.
Okay, and so later that evening, or
Yeah.
I guess into the next day, this is at the 23rd now, so it's
Yeah.
Monday morning, early in the wee hours of morning, 1:24 a.m., so you're still awake from this day, clearly.
Yeah.
1:23 a.m., here comes the crippling panic attack.
Yeah, that's accurate. Typically, I know I've talked to a lot of people. I'm in the sleep business. Without getting too specific,
You are.
So I am. And I talk to a lot of people about sleep, and a lot of the complaints are people can't turn off their minds as they get to bed. So they crawl into bed. My wife is guilty of this. Her
Yes,
mind
I
goes
do
on.
it too.
This is when you
definitely.
guys. I don't know why you guys do this to yourselves. There's literally nothing that can be done at 11:30 in the middle of the night. I've always been good at. I can literally fall asleep within a matter of seconds.
Oh my god!
I don't think.
so jealous of that.
my wife will be in mid conversation with me and get mad at me because I fell asleep. No problem. Like literally 30 seconds, I can fall asleep. But occasionally, during pandemic times, I guess, when things are really serious, occasionally I do get that crippling panic, and because I don't know. I don't suffer from it on a day-to-day. When it does hit me, it hits me hard. So when I say crippling panic attack, it's fucking crippling. Like it's like, oh, all that pent-up panic I've pushed away and I've bottled up.
So I would argue here that your fear level could be at a 5.
Well, see, I feel like I gotta reserve 5 for, like, you know, mortality
threat level midnight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's okay. I have to reserve the 5.
So are we on like a 4.3 or 4 maybe?
Yeah, we'll say that. Maybe a 4.25, 4.3. Okay.
All right.
Definitely I wasn't having panic attacks last week.
Okay.
But definitely this week I had a couple.
2 more tweets for you.
Okay. Jesus.
Now this one comes from the 21st, which was Saturday, at 12:19 p.m. Hear me out. I think Zach Morris and Donald Trump are the same person.
It's true. I did think that. I was watching. I don't know if I saw like a GIF or something, or GIF as it should be properly pronounced. But I just saw his hair, Zach Morris's hair, and I'm like, if he was losing his hair, if he was a 70-year-old man, his hair would look very, very, very similar to Donald's hair. And, you know, I sent that one to you, actually, and you sent me the Zach Morris is trash.
Where he acts like a shitty politician.
Yeah,
so
I hadn't even seen that one yet, but I was a huge Saved by the Bell fan when I was a kid. And as a kid, I never saw that, but, you know, thank you, Funny or Die, for putting out those Zach Morris is trash videos.
They're so good.
They are so fantastic, and they really open up your eyes
to how big of a douchebag.
Oh my God! Yeah. So I think that is a apt, comparison.
Okay, one more here.
All right.
This is from yesterday.
Okay.
4:09 p.m.
Okay.
Prostate, the Adam's apple of your ass throat.
So, this is a funny one, actually.
You did not think I was going to let you get away with this one, did
No, you didn't. Well, see, I didn't. If you
it
don't
got
comment
one like. It got one like.
And some person said delete it. And I said, obviously.
Destro. LD said delete it.
Yeah, Destro. Not happening, Destro. I don't delete tweets. I don't know if you know this about me.
Hold on, let me just repeat the tweet. Prostate ... the Adam's apple of your ass throat.
It's still funny. It was killing me yesterday. So I was FaceTiming. So my sister is working from home now, and typically I don't get to talk to her. So I was FaceTiming with her, see how she was doing, and she said something about she's in the medical world,
right?
And she was talking about prostates, and and then she said something about like, oh, I don't think I ever made the correlation that women don't have prostates,
right?
Then I confirmed with her. I'm like, are prostates just for guys? And then she said yes. I'm like, oh, so it's kind of like, and then I said something like, prostates. The Adam's apple
of your ass throat.
No, that was the second one. So ass throat was the second one. I had given her one option. I'm like, I'm going to tweet this out because this is funny. We were both dying because I had made one joke first, and it, in my opinion, was not as good as ass throat. And then I said this. I said, well, what about this, Joe? That's her name, Joelle. I said, what about this, Joe? I said, what about prostate? ... The Adam's apple of your ass throat. And she, I thought, literally pissed her pants. She thought that was very, very funny. And I'm like, I was gold. And again, people not loving my, A+ tweets. But, que sera, at this point. I put it out. Maybe the historians will look back favorably on my work, as the greats usually get. So history might remember
that was
better.
So that was the surprise quarantine version of Chambers defend that tweet. I had these all saved from the last couple of days.
I didn't think you saw that one.
I saw it. I screenshotted it immediately. And I forgot that I was going to do this until we were already recording, basically.
That's funny.
All right. So, last segment here. We had so much fun doing the Corked Bats bracket the other day on Coronavirus Madness. We found another fun bracket that we're going to break down for the next couple episodes here because I am jonesing for brackets.
I agree.
I'm missing March Madness. I'm missing all of this, so we're going to do this. So this is comes from an article from barstoolsports.com. Also, actually, what we should do next time, too, is Barstool. Are you a big Barstool guy?
I've only followed them because of you, and I've been watching them a little bit more and more. I don't listen to the podcast, though.
Barstool put out, so this guy from Barstool, I forget who it is, but Caleb Presley is putting out a 5-part article series on crypto and are we buying the dip? So we should go through those in a future episode as well.
Interesting.
Yes. So we'll do those, and they're hilarious and not at all, and actually educational. But so Barstool has put out a bracket called Mikeness, and it is a bracket breaking down all famous people named Mike. And so it is broken down in sports bracket, entertainment. What are the other ones?
Okay, so sports, entertainment, we have music, and miscellaneous. So
okay,
those are the
so
four,
today
categories.
we're going to do the sports column here. We're just going to do one each day because they took too long to do.
They did, yeah. They take a long time.
We got to break down all the matchups. All right, so we're going to start with the sports. The number 1 seed, Michael Phelps, swimming Olympian star, takes on number 16 seed, Mike Trout, baseball star. Chamber, what do you think?
I think Michael Phelps should have the last name Trout because he swims like a fish. That'd be more fun if his name was Michael Trout.
Yeah. Okay.
Mike Trout, did he play? I feel like he played for the Dodgers.
Angels, so close.
Angels,
the Los
okay.
Angeles Angels. Yes,
but Michael
He's basically
Phelps,
the best player in baseball.
But Michael Phelps is like maybe one of the greatest Olympians of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got he broke the record for gold medals, right?
I got to go. That gold medals is important.
Okay, so I'm typically I would pick the baseball guy. However, I will let the 1 seed move on here. So Michael Phelps moving on. We've got number 9 seed Mike Bibby, famous NBA player.
Famous? I don't know. Famous. I know.
Sorry, NBA player. Yeah. I know who Mike Bibby is. Right. I think he was more famous in college, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Versus number 8 seed Mike Tyson. For me, this is Mike Tyson, right?
It's not even close. I mean,
I'm
Mike
surprised
Tyson,
he's an 8 seed. He should be higher here.
I agree. Mike Tyson was.
He could also expand different brackets, quite honestly.
Oh my! Okay. I mean, he
could be Mike Tyson, the movie star.
Yeah, Mike Tyson, the stand-up performing artist.
Yeah, exactly.
He had that one-man show.
Yeah, one-man show.
The guy is, he had obviously a rough upbringing and some criminal issues in the past. But his career trajectory is insane.
We're going Mike Tyson, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Mike.
Okay. All right. Well, you're going to be.
Got to be Mike every time.
All right, we got the 5-12 matchup. 5 seed Mike Piazza, Hall of Fame catcher for the Mets, and versus 12 seed Shawn Michaels. They have him listed here as fake wrestling. So the WWF star, former WWE star, Shawn Michaels. What are you going with?
In my opinion, it's not even close. It's Shawn Michaels. He was.
Wow, we're taking the upset here.
Yeah, he's in a typical 5-12 upset or 12-5 upset. Shawn Michaels was a rocker and one of the longest WWE, WWF careers of all time. I mean, unless you can explain to me why Mike Piazza should be, I don't know. I guess of him.
I think you're right. Yeah. Well, he's a Hall of Famer.
I agree. explain to me why, like when we were talking
I
about
can't
Michael
do it.
Phelps.
I can't do
Okay.
it. We're going Shawn Michaels.
All right, good.
All right. 13 seed Mike Francesa, radio host.
Is that's not one of the mics?
No, this
Okay.
is sports radio, New York sports radio host Mike
That's probably
Francesa versus former quarterback Michael Vick as a 4 seed. Who do you got?
I like Michael Vick in this case.
I feel like I would pick Mike Francesa, but he's probably only really regionally known. So like, if you were
Who's
from
the other
this
Who's the other New York beat reporter? Frank Isel.
yeah, but this
That's the
guy
only
is
guy I
like
know.
radio blowhard. Mike
Oh, really?
Francesa. Yeah, he's great. Like, it's fun to listen to. But we'll go Michael Vick here. All right, then we got 3 seed Michael Strahan versus someone I don't even know.
I don't know this
Sports
person. Yeah.
athlete Michael LaBelle. So we're going Strahan, right?
I got to go Strahan. Absolutely.
Okay. We're going 11 seed Mike Krzyzewski, which they spell incorrectly here. I
Well,
think.
they spell correctly in the sense that it's phonetically
Spelled
right.
what it sounds like, yes. Coach K,
Coach
essentially.
K, yeah.
Versus Michael B. Jordan, the boxer. Who do you got?
And Michael B. Jordan, the boxer, is what's his name? Apollo Creed's son.
Right. He's also an actor.
Also an
Right.
actor. I mean, to me, Coach K is
Yeah,
got
you go
it.
Coach K. All
I
right.
got to go Coach K.
Mike Metzger, X Games star versus Holly Michaels, XXX Games star.
Well, I don't know. Some guys know the names of all the
I
ladies.
don't know who this
I'm
is.
not a name guy. I don't know. Maybe to see her, I would know who she was. But I got to go Holly in this case.
Yeah, let's do it. Holly's moving on.
Yeah.
All right, and then the 15-2 matchup. Mike Ditka, commentator now on ESPN and former head coach of the 86 Bears versus Michael Johnson, the track and field star.
Michael Johnson was like the 200, 400 guy.
Yeah,
And I think he did the
so.
4x1 maybe.
I think so.
I think Ditka. What do you think?
It's got to be Ditka for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
that's
so.
a huge matchup. That's a 15-2.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
Ditka's
All right.
underrated at a 15 to be
Oh,
honest.
no, I totally agree. All right, so let's go back to the top here. We've got the second round matchup, Mike Tyson versus Michael Phelps.
This one's a little closer to me, but I think I still got to go Tyson.
Yeah, me too. I'm going Tyson. I thought you were going to say you're still going Phelps.
I think Tyson is the way to go. I think I've been watching a lot of classic fights, like classic Tyson fights, and the guy was so good.
All right, so we're going Mike Tyson, the 8 seed, moving on to the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
We've got Shawn Michaels versus Michael Vick.
I get my opinion. I think Shawn Michaels has got it over Michael Vick.
I
better,
agree.
Better
because
career.
You gotta give Michael Vick a little down notch for
the
his
dogs.
dog killing. Yeah,
And
you
I'm not
gotta
even
do
a
it.
dog fan, and I'm notching him down too. So
I mean, I guess Mike Tyson is a domestic abuser from his past.
yeah, we
but-
like dogs more than people here on the REKT podcast. But yeah, no.
Didn't cry during Marley and Me. What do you think of that? Sue me. All right, then we got Michael Strahan, the 3 seed versus Coach K, the 11
Yeah,
seed.
not close. It's got to be Coach K.
Oh, I'm going Michael Strahan.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
I don't know his career that well. I think decent.
First
career.
of all, I'm a Giants fan. He's a Giants.
right.
He's a New York Giants Super Bowl winning champion.
Yes, I knew that.
He is now hosts the morning show. He's Michael.
He gave me an
Kelly.
update on the coronavirus this morning.
There you go. Come on, man.
Okay, I'm down. I'm with you. Michael
We're
Strahan.
going Strahan.
Yeah.
All right.
I just need you to be
Strahan.
convinced.
Okay, Strahan. If we're talking career trajectory, I mean, what a pivot. You know, Coach K still hasn't done that. We'll see what he's just going to ride off into the sunset after.
I think so.
Duke,
I think so.
you know, then we got Holly Michaels versus what's the other one? My
Mike
screen is
Ditka.
frozen. Mike Ditka. What do you got?
I mean, again, Holly. I'm sure you've made me happy over the years.
Heck of a girl, I'm sure.
But I think I got to go Ditka on this one.
I agree. All right, so now we've got Mike Tyson versus Shawn Michaels.
I think this is where Sean is done. I think we got to go Mike Tyson.
I think we go Tyson. Yeah, I think we go Tyson too. All right, now we got Strahan versus Ditka.
Ditka?
It's going to be Ditka for me, I think.
Yeah? Okay, good. All right.
All right, and now in the Elite 8 matchup to go to the Final Four, we have number 8. Wow, what a bracket. We have 8 seed Mike Tyson against 15 seed Mike Ditka.
I think I got to go Mike Tyson again.
I think I do too. So Mike Tyson, moving on to our Final Four from the sports region of Mikeness, brought to you by Barstool Sports. And that's going to do it.
It's fun how they didn't, I think they purposely avoided, they didn't put Michael Jordan in here. They put Michael B. Jordan. I think that's funny.
Right, yes.
There's some things that are omitted. I'm sure we're missing a million mics that are,
of course, but
that are much better.
This is funnier.
I think they did a good job here, so this is terrific.
Exactly. All right, so we will be back doing the rest of them next week. So thanks, Barstool, for giving us something to do. But that's going to do it. Check us out everywhere that you usually check us out. CoinHQ.tv, @CoinHQ_, and all of our normal REKT podcast places. We will be back with a show on Thursday. Anything else you want to add here?
No, just make sure to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and then just download Apple Podcasts on somebody else's phone, and put REKT Podcast as a subscribed podcast so we get more downloads. That'd be terrific.
That would be terrific. All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you for listening, and until next time, don't get wrecked, and that is financial advice.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening. You can help support us by giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and become a REKT patron by signing up for a monthly tier on patreon.com. That's patreon.com/REKT podcast. Don't get wrecked.
God, I almost went into the